Guys, what's up? It is Doug, and welcome to another edition of Spooky Villages. Today, we're not talking Halloween. We're going to talk fall/harvest. It's one of my favorite themes within holiday villages. Since we're post-Halloween and before Thanksgiving here, I thought it'd be fun to do this, to do 10 buildings. For those of you who are interested in the fall and harvest themes, 5 from Lemax, 5 from Department 56, and a cool accessory from each of them, kind of as an honorable mention thing. So I thought it'd be a lot of fun to do this. Just an FYI before we get into this, generalities with the fall buildings. Most of them are pretty much standard lit type of houses. You might have a little bit more than standard lighting on some of them, but for the most part, these are simpler pieces, and I guess that makes sense. At least it does to me, because typically, you know, in the fall, you're not going to have people that go as over the top as like Halloween. I know some people do, but I think you understand what I mean. Generally, if you're decorating for fall, it's a little more muted than maybe if you're going to go all, you know, for like a Halloween or even a Christmas. In that regard. So, with that said, let's get the countdown started. So we're going to start off with the Department 56 Apple Barn. So I actually do have a review of this on the channel from several years ago. My channel looked a little bit different when I was still trying to figure it out a little bit more. I guess I'm always trying to figure it out still, but definitely back then I was. But I love the Department 56 Apple Barn. Whenever they started to do the, they did a little harvest line a few years ago. This was the second thing that released in it. We'll talk about the first in just a moment, but I love the Apple Barn. I love the New England vibe. The colors are wonderful in it. I love the dog that's outside. You have, of course, the apples in the baskets outside, and the pumpkins just screams fall. I love it. It's just a standard lit building inside. Again, most of these are going to be like that. But just wonderful fit and finish, and the theme on it is awesome. Now, since it's been retired, the price has gone up. I guess it's going to be something you're going to hear on pretty much all of these buildings, I think. But the Department 56 Apple Barn was, you know, in production up until a couple years ago, and I really like this one. That's what this piece gives me hope that Department 56 is going to do their Harvest series that they started recently right, and keep it going. So next we have the Lemax Peter's Pumpkin Patch. This is from the mid to late aughts, I believe, and I actually do have a review of this on my channel. This one is part of their, well, so let's talk about this for a minute. So Lemax actually has various lines outside of Spooky Town. Spooky Town is actually just their one Halloween line. They have a bunch of Christmas and holiday themed ones, and I believe this is from the Harvest Crossing. I could be wrong on that because this building's a little bit older, but just so you know, Harvest Crossing is their line that kind of bleeds from holiday to fall. They have buildings that kind of work for both. Sometimes they have snow on the buildings, even though the buildings are more fall themed. We'll talk about one of those in a minute. But Peter's Pumpkin Patch is pretty much, you know, straight fall for the most part. You have those little wreaths on there, but everything I think looks very fall this year. Just standard lit building. I love this piece. Again, it's just got those fall vibes, and I love the little jack-o'-lanterns on the side too. You don't just have pumpkins, you have jack-o'-lanterns, and I love the little the hanging pieces, like the corn. It's a cute piece, and I love how this one looks. Switching back to Department 56, we have the Harvest Gazebo. So this actually, a few years ago, I mentioned Apple Barn was one of the buildings that they were doing for their Harvest line. This was actually the one that kicked it off. I love the Harvest Gazebo, super cute. This is more of a big accessory, I guess, but I'm counting it as a building because the gazebo is well lit. There's lights around the outside of it, and it's a pretty good size, and it's really kind of a gift set because you get a few things here. That's one thing with Department 56. They do it somewhat these days. They used to always do it, it seems like, but they're gift sets. You'd get a building and it had a few different things with it. So I love the Harvest Gazebo, and again, this is one that it's retired, but if you can find it, it's wonderful for various types of villages. Again, the gazebo would even work for, you know, Halloween. It can go Halloween or fall, but so many fall vibes here. Going back to Lemax, we have Grandma's Pie Shop. Now, this one, a pie shop, to me, it's just super nostalgic. This one is sort of, you know, can go either way, you know, seasonally. But for me, a pie shop just screams fall to me, especially like November. I'm a cherry pie nut and a pumpkin pie nut, so, you know, I'm all about a pie shop. I really like how this one looks. Again, the vibes here are just perfect. They're on point, and it seems like a very cozy building, and I love the scene inside with those pies in the window. All right, up next, a piece that I have long wanted to get my hands on, the Department 56 Harvest Apple Orchard. This is another one from the aughts, and I don't think it was around very long. I could be wrong on that, but I think it was produced in relatively small numbers. I absolutely love how this piece looks. I'm a sucker for anything apples, basically apples and pumpkins. So this set looks like a smaller building. Again, it's like a checkout stand in an apple orchard, but it's got so many little details that are crammed in it. I love all those different baskets of the different types of apples. It looks like you can even see what looks like in the picture here. It looks like some Granny Smiths up there, but I love how there's a lot of detail crammed into a small area here. And that little apple sign on the top is cute, and it comes with the accessory here too, with the kid on his dad's shoulders. It looks like picking apples. I love this. This is a piece I want to get my hands on at some point. I'm looking forward to actually doing a proper review of it at some point when I do, because I think I'm going all in on the fall theme. I guess I should have said that right off the bat. And so this one is high on my to target list. So this is the Lemax Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice. This is one of those pieces that I was talking about with Lemax and kind of go either or. You have snow on it, and snow for me, I don't associate with autumn here in the Midwest. It's very rare that we would have snow. I know that some of you folks out there, depending on your climate, probably snow in fall or late fall is not that uncommon. But on this piece, not only do you have a little bit of snow, but you have some of the holiday stuff, like you have a wreath on it, and some of the decorations here are obviously like the Christmas season, holiday inspired. So this piece can go either or, but again, the pumpkin spice I associate with fall. I love that, and I think because of that, also you have like the guy who's sitting out there with the dog. He's on a hay bale. You have the stalk in front of the pumpkin. Because of that, I think it's more fallish to me. You can go either way, and hey, this is a piece too. If you got this and you wanted to make it a little more fall, you could easily cover the snow with like some leaves, or even do if you're good with a paintbrush, some stuff around that to make it look more fallish. So that's some of the fun with this theme to me, is that you can go kind of either or sometimes. So this is the Department 56 Harvest Farm Roadside Sales. This is another one that it's on my my targeted list. I've got to get one of these at some point here. This one is just a major fall house. I love the pumpkins on the outside of it. You have leaves and the jams and jellies, preserves, that I love that. I'm a sucker for going to like a farmer's market or something and finding some preserves or jellies and jams from like small batch makers of it. I love that kind of stuff. And of course this one here, it has those vibes in spades. It's like a house that somebody like around me, I guess here, there's a lot of times you go to like a farm store, and the folks, they live on the property still, or at least there's a house on the property, whether they live there or not. I don't always know, but so it's not uncommon to see this kind of stuff here, and I really like that. But you really need the coordinated accessory with this, and you can see here it's even advertised with it. The roadside produce stand with that roadside sales there, that looks awesome. It looks like the stand that they would have next to the road, actually, while the house would be back off the road. You really need these two together. So major fall vibes here. I know I keep saying fall vibes, but hey man, that's what this is about. That's what a Harvest Village is about, is those fall vibes. Not necessarily spooky vibes, but the fall vibes. And I'm really looking forward to getting both of these at some point. Next up, we have the Lemax Fall Comes Home. This is another piece I've been wanting to get my hands on. Major fall piece. Lemax doesn't have a bunch of like pure fall pieces, but the ones they do are awesome, and I would love to see them start coming back, because you have a lot here. The house, you have the corn stalks on the side of it, you have a scarecrow, you have the colored bows that look appropriate, that are on like the pillars out there. You even have a football on the roof, and the leaves, and of course there's pumpkins out there. I love this. There's just a ton of stuff crammed in here. It's just a lit house too, a standard lit house. But again, a lot of the fun of the fall villages when it's lit up. With the Halloween stuff and even the Christmas stuff, a lot of the fun of it comes when the lights go out, right? And you can light it up, and all the crazy stuff is going on, the animation and the lights and everything. The fall stuff is more fun to look at, I think, in the day, typically, just because you don't have the craziness of the lights and animation and everything. So, a lot of these, it's really not a big deal to me that they're just standard lit. But this one is a very, very well-themed house. All right, the last Department 56 one on the list here, it is the Scarecrow Harvest Festival. I adore the theming here. I'm a huge Scarecrow nut, so seeing that sign with the Scarecrow just like looking like he's hanging off the top, it's super cute. You have a pumpkin on the top there with like a blue ribbon from like a county fair or that type of thing, like it was in a contest winner. You also have that Scarecrow on the side there with the Harvest Farm, the Jack's Pumpkins, and apple orchard signs on it. I absolutely adore this building. It looks super, super cute. The theming is just well done. It looks like it has a really nice paint job too. The Department 56 stuff, you know, a lot of the classic pieces and the modern pieces too. That's like what they're known for, is the awesome fit and finish on them. I love this piece. I can't wait to get one eventually. And the final house on my list is the Lemax Brickle Residence. Another one of the fantastically themed fall houses from Lemax. This one might be the most, I guess, popular. All of these are a little bit under the radar, but I feel like this one may be the most well-known, at least from all the Facebook groups and everything. But this one here, again, it's just got, you know, you have a Scarecrow, you have like the rakes outside, you have a basket tipped over, which looks like apples coming out of it. You have plenty of pumpkins out there. This has that rustic feel too, because you have the axe with like, you know, sticking in a tree stump. And some equipment that's sitting out there, like the rake and everything. Of course, you have the leaves that are all over the house on top of it. They're not super overdone, but they're noticeable there. It's another standard lit building, but the theming on this is wonderful. You know, I have friends that have the Brickle Residence, and they love it. I cannot wait to get my hands on, you know, one of these in the future. Just the theming is so well done. I absolutely love it. So we'll end it here with an accessory from each of the companies. So up first, we have the Department 56 Rolling Acres Corn Maze. This is an awesome set of accessories for your corn maze if you want to, you know, make a corn maze. I love the Rolling Acres Corn Maze sign, the Crazy Cal's Kettle Corn, that crazy sign right there. And of course, let's assume that's Cal probably right there, who's making his kettle corn right there. And then you have the corn maze tickets also right there. So it's everything you need. If you're going to make your own corn maze, you have all of the accessories for it. I love this little set. And up last, this is the Lemax Leafpile Frolic. So shout out to fellow Village Idiot, if you watch the channel, Kelly. I actually wasn't aware of this piece, and this is one that she recommended, and now I have to have it. Of course, this is a bunch of kids out there in the leaf pile, and two of them are in the active act of jumping, and it looks adorable. Absolutely love this piece, and I cannot wait to acquire one of these at some point. And there's the list, guys. I've been wanting to do a video like this for a long time. I love the harvest and the fall themes. It's very nostalgic to me. I love it. I'm hoping to eventually, you know, do a display like this again. I had done one a couple years ago, but that's really it. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think below here? Hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do something like this in regards to Christmas buildings. Just nothing comprehensive. There's so many buildings out there. But just, you know, 10 of my personal picks, maybe 5 from each company, and go that way. So before I end here, one last thing. If you hear the jingle, jingle, jingle that's been going on in the background, it's because there's a new puppy here that's roaming around. This here, Sawyer, our golden doodle, he's 3 months old. He's much more golden retriever in looks than he is poodle. We got him a couple weeks ago here. We're dog crazy. It's in addition to him, Sawyer here, we have Gunther and Benny, our other dog. So if you ever hear jingle jingles in the video, they've always been in them. You can hear them slightly in the background sometimes when they're roaming around, but this guy here now is part of the party too. So I thought it'd be fun to put him on camera here, and he's you know, traipsing around here. So if you hear the jingle, 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 that's what it was. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you as always to my Patreon supporters for your support, and I'll see you soon.